Dear Zaya. You're probably wondering why I said Dear Zaya and not Dear Zion. We're Zaya now. You have officially come out to everyone and you love it.
A lot of people like to talk about Zaya's transition. To me, Zaya hasn't transitioned into anything.
Why Dwyane Wade likes to talk about everything good about his son except the elephant in the room. You can't bring a man dressed like a woman in front of me and expect me not to say, what the hell is this?
If you believe that isn't how you want to run your family, I have no choice but to respect that. But don't pretend as if it isn't.
There are really only two people left who aren't afraid to call out Dwyane Wade. And let's be clear right away. This is not about hating on his daughter, Zaya. It is about Dwyane and Gabrielle Union. They are getting super aggressive with anyone who simply disagrees with them. Remember the boozy drama? He just said kids shouldn't get surgery before they can even vote. And Gabrielle's comeback? She basically said boozy must secretly like men. And now, Dwyane is calling people uneducated, just because they think kids are way too young to make such huge life choices. But it's not just strangers on the internet calling him out. Zaya's actual biological mom tried to sue Dwyane over this. She even accused him and Gabrielle of making money off Zaya's transition. So, let's talk about how the Wades are trying to spin this whole thing. Because first off, Dwyane actually claims that Zaya knew she was transgender when she was only 3 years old.
3 years old.
She was the one who sat down with us as a family and said, hey, I don't think I'm gay, right? I identify myself as a young lady, but she's known that for 9 years.
He claims she actually knew, since she was just 3 years old.
Just 3.
She's known since.
But saying a 3-year-old knows they are trans? Science just doesn't back that up. At 3, kids are still learning the absolute basics. They are just figuring out the difference between boys and girls. Think about it. For a kid to know they are trans at that age, they would first have to know what the word even means. They would have to understand the really complex idea that their mind doesn't match their physical body. That is just way too much for a toddler to process. And yes, sure, some little boys want to play with dolls or try on a dress. Just like some little girls want to play with trucks. But that is just kids being kids. They are exploring. It is not some deep, permanent identity. Yet, Dwyane says he saw his child put a shirt on his head and ask for dance lessons. And that was it. That is all it took for him to decide his kid was trans.
Hey, let's play this. I have a child at home that's like, I don't want that. I want to take dance lessons. Oh, okay, well, let's go to dance. I have a child at home. When I come home, she got the shirt wrapped around her head like it's like long hair. I got a child at home that I'm watching wear certain things that's different than what I would buy for my son.
A boy asking for dance lessons doesn't mean he wants to be a girl. It is way more likely that adults are pushing their own ideas onto a kid. Toddlers just don't understand these complex adult concepts all on their own. But Dwyane and Gabrielle saw it differently. And what did they do next? They let their 15-year-old legally change their name and gender. But it doesn't stop there. People say Dwyane and Gabrielle even wanted Zaya to get surgery. That is when Zaya's biological mom finally stepped in. In late 2022, her mom went to court to block any surgery until Zaya turned 18. Her biggest fear? She thought Dwyane was pushing for the surgery just to make money. She actually said in court that Dwyane was forcing this just to cash in on big brand deals. According to her lawyer, huge companies like Disney were offering Dwyane money if Zaya went through with the change. She even claimed Dwyane admitted it to her face. She said Dwyane planned to make their child super famous and get massive endorsement deals out of the whole situation. On top of all that, the mom said Dwyane and Gabrielle completely locked her out of any decisions about Zaya. But here is the crazy part. Dwyane signed a divorce agreement. He promised he would never make medical decisions without the mom's consent. So, if that is true, Dwyane totally broke his own legal promise. In the end, though, the court sided with Dwyane. But Zaya's mom says he only won because he used his massive wealth and fame to sway the judge. But things just get weirder. Dwyane and Gabrielle got what they wanted before Zaya even turned 18. But for them, that is not enough. Now, they want everyone to just stay quiet and never criticize them. But come on. How can you put all your private family business out there, share your kids' secrets with the entire world, and then expect the public to stay totally silent. That is exactly what Corey Holcomb brought up recently. He called out Dwyane Wade for trying to shame anyone who dares to have an opinion about it.
An opinion.
You can't bring a man dressed like a woman in front of me and expect me not to say, what the hell is this? Because the first thing I'm going to ask you, if your son got on lipstick, dress, wig, makeup, I'm going to ask you. So where do you think he got this from?
But Corey went even further. He dropped a pretty wild hint. He suggested that Zion didn't just wake up one day wanting to wear a dress and paint his nails out of nowhere. Maybe he actually saw his own dad doing it first.
Because D-Wade, all you got to do is look at D-Wade.
He got his nails painted?
You got to see this, dog. D-Wade been dressing like this. He used to wear the capris. D-Wade don't want the smoke like his son want the smoke. His son don't care. Right. I don't care. This is who I am. But D-Wade wants to try and make it seem like this is something, he wants to make it seem like something's wrong with you for not just accepting this for what it is.
And let's talk about the nail painting for a second. Because Dwyane doesn't just paint his nails for fun. He actually said he wants to start his very own nail polish brand. Like, come on, show us the nails, Dwyane.
Don't get a close-up of my nails.
No.
Listen, I've been on the road. I'm going to do like this.
But we see a pop of color.
Yeah.
So, what actually made him start doing it in the first place?
Expression.
Expression.
Yeah, expression. You know, I'm creative.
Someone even told him, your nails actually look way better than mine.
Yeah, expression. You know, I'm creative. I'm expressive. And there's so many.
So, the big question is, when are we actually getting this brand new manicure?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
They do.
Don't do that.
So when are we getting the new manicure?
And the story does not stop there. Dwyane actually confessed something else from his past. He admitted that when he was younger, he used to sneak around and try on his sister's dresses and high heels.
They do.
Don't do that.
So Corey's whole point is this. Maybe Zaya's real mom was telling the truth all along. Maybe Dwyane really did push Zaya into this. Because maybe, just maybe, Dwyane is the one actually struggling with his own identity. Now, we have to talk about Gabrielle. Because she was highly involved in this whole transition. And honestly, she is even more aggressive when it comes to shutting down anyone who disagrees with them. Let's go back to that Boozy drama. Boozy called both of them out. He said they went way too far by letting a kid change their name and gender before turning 18. And how did Gabrielle react? She instantly clapped back. She tried to flip the script and suggested that Boozy was actually the one hiding who he really likes.
You know, I'm working on, I'm thinking about, I'm actually thinking about jumping into the nail line.
She basically said, sorry Boozy, you are just way too obsessed. She hinted that he complains so loud because he is actually hiding something himself. She even mocked him by calling him Little Booze.
I've been thinking about it. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I've been in it so long and I'm like, you know what? It could be a good time, but I got some cool ideas that
He basically said, I don't think he felt safe. He definitely didn't. But you already know Boozy was not about to let Gabrielle get the last word. He instantly fired back on social media. He wrote, oh, the whole world knows I love women, and the whole world knows your husband loves D. Hope you don't think black people look at you guys like a power couple. They don't. I actually refuse to talk about you guys in interviews, and here you go. Go deal with that and wait for your next acting script, you little white girl. But Boozy didn't stop there. He later sat down for an interview with DJ Vlad to talk about it. And he called out Gabrielle for being a total hypocrite by trying to use being gay as an insult.
As kids, I used to put on heels. I used to do all those things. I try to put on whatever my sisters wear. When all my sisters did, I try to do those things. So when my child came home at 8 years old, it was an assignment that was done at school. An assignment at school would say, tell me about yourself. Where Zaya took the time to say, I'm black, I'm this, and I'm gay. At the time, Zaya said, I am gay. Different than what you probably thought I was, Dad. I don't want to play basketball. I don't even want to be, I'm not a boy. You are going to be who you're going to be. It's my job to try to put you in the best positions to help you reach that goal of who you want to be.
The interviewer even chimed in like, "Oh, so she is basically gay bashing you? That is wild."
So good. Yeah.
And that brings us to DL Hughley. He actually took Boosie's side in all this. He said Dwyane and Gabrielle need to realize something. When you put your private family business out there for the whole world to see, people are going to have an opinion, whether you like it or not. And honestly, the fact that Gabrielle tried to hint that Boosie wasn't straight, acting like it was some kind of massive burn, that actually says way more about her than it ever will about him. And as for Dwyane and Gabrielle letting Zaya transition before she even turned 18, DL made a really strong point about that. He basically said, look, if you are still living under your parents' roof, and you still need their permission just to see a doctor, then you are probably not mature enough to make such massive, life-changing decisions all on your own. So at the end of the day, Corey and DL are not trying to be mean to Zaya. They are just saying what so many people are already thinking, but are too scared to say out loud. Dwyane and Gabrielle have been shaming and insulting anyone who dares to ask questions. And the whole time, they are the ones putting their own child directly in the spotlight. They are putting a kid right in the middle of very adult conversations. So here is the reality. Dwyane and Gabrielle cannot have it both ways. You can't turn your child's transition into a massive public brand. You can't sign huge brand deals, do endless interviews, post about it nonstop, and then play the victim when people have an opinion. You open the door. Do not get mad when people walk through it. But now, I really want to hear from you. Do you think a 15-year-old is mature enough to legally change their gender and start a medical transition? And do you actually believe Dwyane when he says Zaya knew she was trans at just 3 years old? Or does that just sound like a parent pushing their own ideas onto a child? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for the next video.
Like what? It's like, sir, something you want to just go ahead and tell us. Something you want to just sanctuary. Perhaps that safe space was not assault.
I'm one of the people who stand on this. So for her to say that, it makes her a hypocrite also.
Yeah.
You don't want nobody to talk about nothing that goes on with those situations, but you're saying somebody has on their mind. So if you do got on your mind, you feel sometimes you gay, man. You're a him.
I think that I can respect the love and protection that they feel for your parents, from their parents. I think loving your child without recriminations is what is required of us. It's also disingenuous to believe that people aren't going to have an opinion of that.
Yeah.
If you make these things public, there are people going to have public assessments of it. It certainly doesn't make Gabrielle and Dwyane bad parents. But it doesn't make Boosie gay because he has no opinions. To me, you're not grown till you leave my house. You're not going. If you're still going to a pediatrician, if you need my permission to go to a movie, then I'm going to have a say in what happens. If you believe that isn't how you want to run your family, I have no choice but to respect that. But don't pretend as if it isn't an unpopular